Good evening and welcome to Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment in Canada around the globe. My name is Tahir. Qureshi. I'm your host. Tonight we will talk about leadership in real estate. It's a great honor and privilege to me to invite the President Manjit Saggu of Real Estate Institute of Canada Toronto chapter and Fabio Fiumana, who is elected president. Welcome to Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment. So before we begin our program, it's important for me to introduce our client. So I'm going to ask my friend Manjit Saggu to please give 1 minute introduction to our viewers.
Thank you, Tahir. First of all, I want to say to Tahir and the viewers, it's always a privilege to come on this show and take part of this great show that Tahir's put together. I've had the luxury to be a part of REIC Toronto chapter, I believe, for quite a number of years now. Maybe I don't want to count them on purpose, but I also have the privilege to be the president of the REIC Toronto chapter. Our vision is to make REIC the leading education facility for real estate and for more people to understand the great networking and the great education behind our designations. To hear.
Thank you very much. Now, Fabio, could you please introduce yourself?
Hi, good evening. My name is Fabio Fiumana. I'm a commercial broker. I'm an FRI, which is a fellow of the Real Estate Institute, and I'm very pleased to be here. Thank you for the invitation to here.
Thank you. Also, I mentioned here is that Manjit is a broker of record, and he is owner of a real estate brokerage with lots of employees, and he look after everybody because he has so many designations in real estate and commercial and FRI, CCIM, and similar, many other ones. So that's why it's very important to learn about leadership in real estate. The Real Estate Institute of Canada is a institute that provides leadership training and designation program. And those programs are in various fields. We will talk about those programs as we move forward. But the important thing is helping realtors to learn new skill set, market networking, and also learning from each other, because when we are meeting our legendary members of our community, which is FRI group and CLOs, part of the REIC designation program, we learn from each other from the experience. Because we are located in Toronto, and I'm also located in Toronto jurisdiction, it's very important to invite and talk with the president of REIC Toronto chapter and see what the program is. So I'm going to ask one question is that what happens when a person, as a candidate enter REIC with the education program, or he or she becomes a candidate, how you welcome and mentor those candidates signing up for FRI program?
Well, I take it that you're, Fabio, is it okay if I take the lead on that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So I take it to hear you talking about once they've entered the education. So, you usually enter through REIC with a goal in mind, a designation that you would like to pursue. Even though REIC nationally is going through a little review about their designations and the courses, but generally we have an FRI, we have a certified leasing officer designation, we have a CRES, certified real estate specialist, we even have a certified residential underwriter, and in the commercial side, we have our CPM. Now, each field has different courses, and a few of them share a few courses. So that process might even take, depending on the process, Fabio, maybe even up to 6 months to up to 2 years, depending on the amount of courses that's
required.
So my point is that when they complete those programs, they come to you for approval and they are entering into REIC, and you as a president and the board, how you welcome them and how you provide mentoring for them when they enter and complete the process, for example.
Before you go on, there's something that we should address, the fact that Tahir is very correct, whereby we have a number of experiences and we share them. and that's one of the values of the institute. But we also recognize past experiences. And if you happen to have had taken economics courses in university, if you happen to have taken other courses outside of university or real estate courses, we recognize those, and those may be accredited to you as a registrant, so that you can actually get your designation faster. We do teach the basics of real estate. We teach some economics. We teach some way of identifying real estate, identifying the logistics and legalities of real estate. Yeah. But I would say that our main thrust is really to teach knowledge, professionalism, and ethics.
That's fantastic. So now I'm going to ask you, especially Manjit, because you have a brokerage, you have so many designation programs. How did you apply those knowledge and designation into your managing your real estate brokerage that created that such a powerful, and successful brokerage?
Well, I think, I don't know if it's just about being a broker of record or the owner, but I think Fabio will have to agree with me. At the end of the day, our clients, if my clients are my realtors and I service them, in Fabio's case, if he's working with tenants and landlords and recruiting new business, when they see something behind your name, they see value. And they see that you've taken that extra step to put some value back into them, because at the end of the day, who gets that value? The tenant, the landlord, the buyer, the seller. And in my case, when I recruit new agents, I tell them, if you're going to join a brokerage, I'm giving you a little bit extra here. I'm not, you're not paying any extra, but my designations will obviously lead to your knowledge. So I think our business are correct, if I'm correct, Fabio.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things that I've noticed is that people who take time to further their profession by getting a designation, whether it be a leasing officer or whether it be a professional management company, it's someone that inspires confidence in me, because there's a dedication to the trade. There's a dedication to the profession. If you take time to take the courses that we offer, you want to become a professional. It's just like going from university to college. And so on and so on and so on. Our designations have a meaning. Our designation mean that people have undergone training, they have undergone testing, and they've been proven to be worthy of the designation and to be called as a leasing officer, a certified leasing officer, a fellow of the real estate institute, and so on and so on and so on.
Yeah, because the credential will put the integrity of the institution behind you.
Absolutely.
IIC has been established in 53, 54. In 1953, when I was actually born. So that means I'm 68 years old, institution 68 years old. Whatever our forefathers have put together, the energy, the vision, and leadership, and provided the tools, creating these programs, we are benefiting, and we are at this stage, we are helping to improve those. And as a part of the we are eight province-wise chapters, and Toronto is the biggest chapters. So now, when realtors are coming, what I see is when a candidate is joining us, if they come to us, they will get to know what program that we are offering to keep sharpen their skill, keep engaging with them. And for that reason, we conduct, I believe, because I'm also a director under your leadership there, and we have those program where we do the tour of the buildings and do those education seminar. Can you tell us something about that? And I think Fabio can also mention that. Then we'll go about Realty Coffee later on. So can you tell us about those programs?
Our board has various chairs, and one of them is the events and education. And events and education essentially organizes things such as building tours, just like Tahir said. Unfortunately, now we can only do virtual tours, but we do things such as we went and we toured Union Station before it was reopened.
I remember that.
Fantastic.
That was it was a behind the scene. I mean, hard boots and hard hats, and we went around and looked at where the stores were going to be when the steel was being erected. We toured finished buildings, such as the Canada Life building at University in Dundas, a building that was built in 1931, almost 100 years ago. and we saw how the technology was so far advanced at that time that they actually had a central chilling with a huge tower. And I mean, you would expect to see King Kong on top of that tower. We do other things such as we have seminars. Tahir was the first one to have a Zoom type of a call with YouTube and his Coffee Talk program. The chapter also has a Realty Corner where we talk about different things, and I'm going to address that in a little bit because there's something that's very special to me. We do a number of other things, such as we try and do social gatherings to network. Unfortunately, in the last 12 months, we have not been able to do that, but we do things such as getting together and we have an introduction nights. When we onboard new candidates, we usually have an interview by one of the board directors. Tahir interviewed me.
A good choice. Now you're going to be president.
Yeah, it was. Thank you, buddy. and so we're very active, very proactive. We like to increase our ranks because we find that our sphere of influence is only as good as the people who are here. Go ahead.
Manjit, can you add to it, because first of all, getting together, meeting, and sharing knowledge is the best thing, because it rubs off some experience and knowledge to the newer person like me. Okay, and then we are also get lots of technical presentation, which not available. And those part of the presentation, building structure, environment, security, high-rise building, commercial building, plazas. I remember I invited all of you guys to Meadowvale Community Center in Mississauga. It was a new green building.
Absolutely, I remember.
Pat Seto, our counselor, was there, and we talk about that. So this is enriching, getting the opportunity to get together, and we did also FRI orientation seminar as well. Remember, trying to get people to know what it is all about. So can you share some knowledge about that?
I think REIC is the best kept secret in real estate. And I think the more people need to take part of this. I know I'm going to pick on our industry. Realtors only think about what they're going to get, but what knowledge you get from taking part of some of REIC stature, the shoulders you rub with. I'm blessed to know you two, and I don't think it was for REIC that I would have met Fabio and Tahir and everyone else on the board. I don't want to name because I'm gonna forget one, and everyone is that dynamic. And I will tell the viewers today that while we're on here at 6:45, because we are REICs, there's a good chance that Fabio and I are going to sell a building together, and that's just because of that. It's a membership. An REIC is an elite membership. I look at myself as a 50% residential, 50% commercial. We do land, hotel, gas stations, but when you are branded out of a general residential brokerage and you have a designation of commercial stature behind your name, it doesn't matter. They're going to look at you differently. And they look at me differently, be it a CLO. They know I understand leasing. I'm a certified leasing officer. We also, like all of us, hold designations outside of REIC as well. So it's not just about one, but I think education is key. Knowledge is power. Embrace as much as you can.
And we also follow very strict national code of conduct and professional ethics and standards.
Yes.
Because viewers, the FRI designation and CLO designation, these are Canada-wise, even though we're licensed to practice in Ontario.
Yes.
But designation has a reach anywhere in the Canada because they recognize the industry leader, because they've been mentored, they've been educated, they've been relied upon, the experience they have and skill set. And they could be a good expert witness for you if you need an interpretation.
Tahir, I'll tell you this in my humble opinion, that if somebody wants to do any kind of business, wouldn't you want the best in that business? And since you can't measure someone's best in just commissions, because anyone can make a commission check. But if someone puts self-worth, if they invest their hard-earned money in their education, which you in turn are going to get the benefits from that, how is that I would only hire someone with that. I would never hire a paralegal to fight a case at law. I would hire a lawyer. Both have understanding of the law, but one has a higher understanding of the law.
I was just visited a very close friend of mine and a client in a city I don't want to name, and he said that even though we are close friend, he said I'm going to check some more. I told him please do check. And recently I sent him an email. If you have an FRI, you submitted a proposal, and he lives in your community, please give it to him. I just did it day before yesterday.
And I agree with you. I agree with you. And actually, I have been approached by people who were looking for a broker, were looking for a real estate professional, and some of the questions was, what are you an FRI? Are you a CCIM? What designations do you hold? People want someone that's qualified. It's beyond.
Fabio, do you find that I find recently in this, I mean the COVID fiscal year thus far, yeah. I have been asked more about my designations and have been inquired. I've hired 3 realtors strictly based on one on an FRI and 2 on a CLO.
Or we haven't hired anyone for some time, but when I'm cooperating with someone and I see an FRI or another type of designation, all of a sudden I know that this person is qualified, that I do not have to teach them how to do things.
It's give you level of comfort, confidence, and trust that you're dealing with a professional who's recognized Canada-wide, and he went through additional courses. He's passionate about real estate, and he loved what he does. And that's why he took those courses to prove that. And it's not, viewers, it's not required by law to have this designation. This is the passion of an individual to deliver a better value through service to you. That's why they take the time, spend money, and get education, and then continue to grow and continue to improve their education program. So I'm going to go back.
And Tahir and Fabio, I don't know, I think we were talking about this in one of our board meetings, but just to give everyone that's the public watching today that just the value of REIC and REIC courses, our primary course that's taught in every single designations is a morals and ethics, right? Yeah. And I mean, I'm lucky enough to teach that. I've started to teach that course now. And the morals and ethics class for each designation, when RICO finds a violation of a realtor when it comes to ethics, guess who they go to tell them that realtor, in order to keep their license, must pass this course. And that, public, the viewers today, is the REIC Morals and Ethics class. You have to go through that again to understand it. And so REIC is like a RICO police, you can say. I mean, we police for anyone that's broken all the ethics.
Well, the thing is, you have an exam at the end of the course that you have to pass.
You have to pass that. If you don't pass it, you're
show
suspended.
up. Yeah. You write an exam. You have to pass it to understand that you understand the material. And I think the biggest key, and you highlighted it to here, is the trust. When you trust a CPA, a bookkeeper not so much, but a CPA you do. Someone that has a title and someone that has a stake in the game. You trust a lawyer, you trust a doctor that has a specialization, and so on and so on and so on. And it's the same with us.
Viewers, as you understand, the real estate business is regulated in the province of Ontario on behalf of the Ontario government. There is a regulator, it's called Real Estate Council of Ontario. Their website is reco.on.ca. They are mandated for education program, registration program for those people who want to register and practice in real estate. They go education, registration, and compliance to make sure after they have gotten the license and practicing, they are compliant with the Real Estate Business Broker Act of 2002, as amended by Teresa, Trust in Real Estate Act 2019, which has made some changes, and also Consumer Protection Program, because you also have deposited when you make and give it to the listing broker to deposit the money. And they are all governed by it. When you are dealing with a fellow of real estate in Canada, FRI, we all 3 of us are FRIs. You will know, dealing with us, you are protected. And realtor is a designation program, realtor is a trademark of Canadian Real Estate Association. It is not a designation, it's a trademark. And FRI is a designation because you acquire through additional knowledge and spending money and training and experience that is recognized by the REIC National Board. So we're going to continue our conversation. So question I ask is that I know that you've been doing so many building seminar. I hope we could have sometime CPM guy in here, but it's okay. So talk about I started Realty Coffee Talk also for the REIC, and then you started with the Realty Corner. Mm-hmm. Can you tell me about Realty Corner, how people are participating, how they're acting, and what is the purpose that you're trying to achieve?
Realty Corner, yeah, thank you. Realty Corner is really it's a way of bringing professionals into our sphere and asking them questions that are pertinent to the industry and hearing their opinion. We've had some very interesting people. Al McKenzie, a friend of mine, he is the CEO of JLL, a very large brokerage company. Then we had a mortgage broker that is very active in the industry, and he'd give us an insight insofar as the new lending guidelines and what is happening with such low lending rates, how people are taking advantage of the locked-in equity in their homes and in their investments. And we've also had Natalka. Natalka is a lawyer, and she's a consummate businesswoman, and she has a number of courses. So she's given us an idea of what some of the pertinent issues are. We were lucky that Winston Chan, the former president of REIC, also joined in the conversation, and that actually ended up to be a very good show. So we are looking at Realty Corner as a vehicle whereby we can address certain current issues. And so actually I'm reaching out to everybody. Please do let us know what you would like to talk about. Yes. Do let us know what you would like to hear about. We essentially want to make sure that we help educate not just our members who happen to be realtors, but also people who join our conversation. And these are CPAs, these are lawyers, these are investors, these are other private people who happen to be interested in the real estate profession.
Yeah, it's also a tool to connect and create engagement with a membership, because our membership is very diverse based on geographically, and some members are able to join it because this program does exist to create a network, create a conversation, talk about the current affairs and issues that affects them, and also opportunity for them to ask questions to the speaker who is presenting the event, and very diverse topics are being discussed. And this is part and parcel, all the mentioned except Natalka, everybody has come to Realty Coffee Talk on live show and talk about it. And there are more interesting things that I'm doing. So now there's another thing is viewers, leadership in real estate matters because they are like a captain of a ship. They can drown the industry or they take you offshore. And that's why you can see them, all the former president of URIA, Korea, Toronto Board, Mississauga Board, or REIC, they're all FRIs. Isn't that a surprise?
Yeah.
No, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
You're not surprised. This is why, because they have this passion and skill set, the knowledge, capacity, because they have to work hard to get this designation program.
Absolutely.
So, Gary Bora was before Lisa Patel, I believe, the TRAP president.
Lisa Patel is
that lots of Mississauga board has some previous people. I saw it pinned, 45 years member of REIC, and he's FRI. And I believe Larry DeBow has about 50 years FRI.
There's something fun when you see somebody that has a designation. Yesterday I put a listing out in Halton, and I showed my friend, and I'm outside the house. I'm going, oh, this is great. She's an FRI. This is fantastic. And I don't even know her, but I feel that I know this person. So
it's kinship. It's kinship.
Kinship.
We're members of the same group.
I was doing a commercial deal. I was working on it, and if somebody north reply to me and I call him, he's 94 years old FRI, still working.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I think more so than look, we all love our industries, we love real estate, but if we can be honestly blunt and say that everyone's cooperative out there, but I will tell you that once you're part of an REIC family, and it doesn't matter which pin you hold, in my left drawer here, I got a few pins, and when you have that pin on, there's something there, and you can be young, old, male, female, it's fun. Our AGMs are fun. Our national conferences are fun. And you talk about learning and education. I almost think that the courses don't even do any justice to the actual mixing and mingling and the social networking. I have had the luxury to rub shoulders with guys like Christopher Lee. We'd never be able to take part in those and enter those facilities. And to us, they're so normal.
We have an industry leaders series where we have the CFOs and CEOs of major Canadian corporations. You would not normally be able to sit down with one of these guys and hear stories, private stories about their family life.
Absolutely.
And that lets you in to understand who and what they are. And these are actually very normal people that are passionate about real estate and that have happened to do extremely well. And because while they're talking to us, they're telling us how they did well. And they're telling us what the drivers were for their businesses. I mean, the CEO of KingSett, John Love. We're talking about major Canadian real estate corporations, and these guys are coming out, and it's a very nice environment. We're in one of the top floors over of the
beautiful setting.
Yeah. Remember that when I joined you guys, I became a director, and I went 3 days vacation to Halifax with all of you guys.
Oh yeah, wow,
that was the best time of my life. With all and created the bonding and getting to know all the REIC members across Canada and living together 3 days. And
that's
five-star hotel.
That's why Nova Scotia now is in a bubble. They don't let anyone in.
So it was an amazing experience and also bonding experience to how get to know. So this is what I've been promoting the REIC is that when we have to cooperate with another broker, another province or other city, we are looking for FRIs because we trust because of the education system and code of ethics that we follow the highest in real estate industry standards. We love to refer to our fellow FRI in British Columbia or Saskatchewan or whatever it is. We know that they will take care of our client, protect their interest. We don't have to ask a single question about it. This is why that relationship and the trust that it creates as a part of REIC family is just amazing.
Absolutely. You made a very good point because we have offices across Canada, from Halifax to Vancouver, and we do business with national clients, and so all of a sudden. I can do a deal in British Columbia, but usually I lean on a local broker for the simple reason that you have to know the pertaining bylaws and so on and so on and so on and so on. And so usually I look for someone with a designation, and 9 times out of 10 I will head over to the local REIC, Real Estate Institute of Canada membership, see who's out there, and that's the first phone call I make. So that's the relationship of business that we have. We are a national institute.
So viewers, you are watching Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment Canada around the world. We have a very distinguished guest from our REIC Toronto chapter president and president-elect. So viewers, cost of hiring an FRI is the same. You can get FRI and Realtor 2 in 1 at the price of 1. So we're going to take a short break for now, and we'll join you, and you can come back to Realty Coffee Talk. We'll continue to give you market updates shortly about what happened in January and sale and statistic, and then we continue our conversation with our guests. We're going to take a short break.
Foods, now open in Barhaven area, Ottawa. Pick up or dine in. Also available on Uber Eats, Skip the Dishes, and DoorDash.
दो 2020 का लाजवाब ऑफर, जहां हम 0% फाइनेंसिंग पर आपकी मनपसंद कार दे रहे हैं, फ्री विंटर टायर्स, और साथ ही हम मुफ्त ऑयल चेंज भी दे रहे हैं, वो भी उम्र भर के लिए। अभी आएं और इस लाजवाब ऑफर का लुत्फ लें। जल्दी करें, आपका खुशामदीद हमारे आउटलेट में, जो कि 60 क्वींस प्लेट ड्राइव एट इंटरसेक्शन क्लोज टू हाईवे 27 एंड रेक्सडेल अपोजिट टू वुडबाइन रेस ट्रैक। जल्द से जल्द इस ऑफर का लुत्फ लें। आज ही कॉल करें सुनील अग्रवाल को 647-703-0218। डिक्सी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स और अप्लायंसेस पिछले 16 सालों से खरीदारों की खिदमत कर रहे हैं। हम लगातार 4 सालों से खरीदारों की पहली पसंद बने रहने का अवार्ड हासिल कर चुके हैं। हम किचनर्स, बॉश, वर्लपूल, एलजी, सैमसंग और जनरल इलेक्ट्रिक के ऑथराइज्ड डीलर हैं। 5 स्टार खिदमत का लुत्फ लें। हम आप सभी को टीवी सबसे ज्यादा रियायती दामों पर देने की गारंटी देते हैं। www.dixieelectronics.ca हमारी वेबसाइट पर जाएं या अभी कॉल करें 905-625-5900। सभी बहुत ही मुनासिब कीमत पर दस्तयाब हैं, जो आप बाआसानी से ले सकते हैं। At Dixie, we sell quality and deliver confidence.
डिक्सी और एग्लिंटन के इंटरसेक्शन पे तशरीफ लाइए ज़ौक़ रेस्टोरेंट। जायकेदार लजीज खानों का मरकज, पाकिस्तानी, इंडियन और हक्का चाइनीज। आप हमसे लाइव बारबेक्यू और कैटरिंग के लिए राब्ता कर सकते हैं। राब्ते के लिए हमारा नंबर 9056257786।
ज़ौक़ रेस्टोरेंट, ज़ौक़ वालों के लिए।
Viewers, welcome to Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment. My name is Tahir Qureshi. I am the host. Tonight we're talking about leadership in real estate. I have two distinguished guests from Real Estate Institute of Canada Toronto chapter, and we are talking about leadership in real estate. So before we begin our continual conversation, I'm going to give you a small update about market conditions, sales history. This information is from Toronto Regional Real Estate Board. And as you'd be surprised, the sale went up 42.4% from last January 2020 January to 2021. 42.4% increase in sales.
Wow.
So it was 2020 was 4,546 sales. It went to 6,948 sales. The new listing went also up from 7,848 to 9,430, which is 20.2%. And active listing went down. That means they're coming and selling and fast. It went 4.8% down. In 2020, we have 7,772. And now 7,396. So it went down. That means is moving so fast that it's gone less. Now, average price has increased for 905 and 416 area served by Toronto Real Estate Regional Board, 15.5% average price increase. So I'm going to go back to you. If we talk about detached home, because we have a short time, detached home, it totally increased 31.2% in 905 and 416 area, and the average detached home price is now 1,359,915. Semi-detached average price increase from last January to this January, 26.6%.
Wow.
And average price between 905 and 416 is now $996,794. And townhome increased 15.9% from last January to this January, and price increased to 3,800 and 3,578. Unfortunately, condo market 905 and 416 is minus 4.7%. According to TRAB Market Watch, that was released in February. So I wanted to share with you. If you have any specific questions, feel free to call me to the studio or call my direct number 416-451-3489. Please keep in mind these are average prices. Every property depends on the location, condition of the property, how to evaluate. So hire one FRI to help you to list your property for sale or help you to buy the property. Buy a property for you. They do CMA, comparable analysis. They are well prepared to help you buy your property. So remember, when you're buying and selling real estate, think about FRI. So I'm going to continue conversation with our Manjit, President of REIC Toronto chapter. What do you say about this market? What's going on, and how do you see that this knowledge of being a FRI is beneficial to you under this unknown conditions?
I mean, we listed a house today. It went live about 5:45 today. That listing was obtained based on my designation. I actually get a lot of them on that. I sit in front of them on a table and I say, like you said, if you go and you get a large drink and a large French fries and a free apple pie and it doesn't cost you nothing, you're going to take it eyes closed. So if I give you that upsize on a combo and I'm not charging you anything more, I should be, but I don't. Why wouldn't you use me? And they don't know how to answer it. And at the end of the day, the husband and wife look at each other and say, might as well hire this guy because it makes sense. It's not, can you afford to use an FRI? Can you afford not to use an FRI? That's the question I pose every buyer, seller. Can you afford not to? If you can go use a skill, would you want to put the best person for your job or the least qualified? Your hard-earned money is going to go in that person's pocket. So which person do you wish to hire?
And
I'm hiring Tahir on my left or Fabio on my right because I know they have a skill level.
Before I ask Fabio, this is what we are talking. I was mentioning it before our show that I told my friend and potential client that if the person who is competing with me is an FRI, please give it to him.
Yeah.
Because one thing is people think about commission to hiring a person. Commission is not who relates to the value of the property or value of the service that's being delivered to you, which is more important because our help and contribution can help them save a lot more money than just thinking about commission. Commission has nothing to do with the value of the property. It is the value of the quality of service that you will receive.
Yeah.
Correct? Fabio, you want to add something to that?
Well, yes. I'm in real estate, just like Manjit and Tahir, but we do we do exclusively commercial real estate. I would say that about 65% of our business is actually property management, which means that we talk to people and we speak with potential customers that are well versed in the financial jargon. They're looking for a rent, they're looking for a return on investment, they're looking for a gross rent or a net rent. These are all very specific things that you definitely need a little bit of a higher education in order to be able to approach, and even a higher education than that in order to be able to succeed. With us, the knowledge and the designation delineates the knowledge that you have. With us, the knowledge is first of all absolutely critical insofar as when we hire new people. And the same thing is our clients look at our knowledge base and our talent before they hire us as a company. And that could be for property management, that could be for leasing, that could be for sale, for commercial sale, and anything, and redevelopment. We also do a lot of redevelopment. The second thing is that having this education allows you to be able to look a little bit down the road. Usually in commercial real estate, we look 3 to 5 years down the road. What's going to happen in the future? How is it going to affect this property? Because most of the time, it's a long hold of a piece of business. We have a tenant in there. Most leases are 3 to 5 years, if not longer. We have a redevelopment. Most redevelopment now take 5 years before you get a redevelopment permits from a city. So in the interim, we have to maximize the return on investment for our clients. And really, what our clients hire us is to create value for them. And in order to be able to understand the synergy of all these things, you have to take a course. You have to take more than one course. Yeah. You have to understand how you calculate rent. You have to understand what the role of interest rate is insofar as your assets. You have to understand about supply and demand. And so these are all things that if you are a real estate professional, sooner or later, you are either going to stay at that level, or you are going to educate yourself. And when you educate yourself, that's when you really get into the business.
So viewers, you're listening our industry leaders who have done tremendous job. Manjit is managing brokerage with 100 employees. Fabio is a broker also, FRI, and dealing with a commercial 65%. So joining REIC, Toronto chapter, you have go through education program when you become a candidate or you complete all the courses and you are approved and interviewed by Toronto chapter director. And then once you are certified and you get the license, you are welcomed by Toronto chapter. We are one family where you come and you get mentoring, experience and knowledge. So what you have learned through the courses, because especially in short, we have an ethic course, which applies to everyone. Legal issues in real estate is an amazing exercise that I went through where you become a judge, you become a plaintiff, you become a defendant, and you write the verdict. And this is the experience I have with getting a FRI. Everybody has it. Then you also have the consumer behavior and negotiating, how you conduct yourself, how you present yourself, how you prepare yourself, meeting a client, meeting a customer, how you're delivering a message, the method of the message that you're delivering to the people. So we read like reaching out to a client when we walk to your house. Believe me, we are well prepared to get your business. That's what the power of knowledge and experience that come together. And with the teamwork, we meet with each other. We are all colleagues. We work together and we learn from each other and we friendly talk to each other so we can share some special situation. Every transaction in real estate is different one to the other. It creates very complex challenges and you can always consult with FRI because you are one family. So cost of hiring an FRI is the same hiring a realtor, but FRIs are also realtor. So you get 2-in-1, hire an FRI. And we welcome you at Real Estate Institute of Canada, Toronto chapter. So I'm going to give Manjit 1 minute to give your final message to the viewers who are thinking, realtors or consumer, to hire or go into FRI designation program. Or please go ahead.
Thank you again, Tahir, and to be part of this show. For anyone that's looking into obtaining an FRI designation or any one of the REIC designations, I know myself and with Fabio and Tahir are always here to assist and help. We love growing the organization, take part of REIC, become a member, an active member of REIC Toronto chapter, take part of the events, become a committee member, maybe in a couple of years, once you've done a couple of years in the committee element of it, become part of the board and you can kick one of us off, right? So we have an expiry date and young, passionate people like us, we're all young and passionate, and we want new blood in, new ideas. Definitely become part. Look into REIC. Reach out to me. My cell number is 416-414-4241, and I seldom sleep. So reach out whenever you feel like it.
Thank you very much, Manjit. Now, Fabio, you got 1 minute to tell yourself and give your contact information.
Absolutely. Thank you, Tahir. Thank you very much for having given us time to speak with you this evening. What I guess what I would like to say is that when I look at Tahir, when I look at Manjit and myself, I figure that between the three of us, we probably have 100 years of experience. This is what becoming a member of the Real Estate Institute means. You have access to all of that experience. We are a support group. Not only we teach, but we're also here available. I get calls from members saying, "Hey, what should I do about this? There's a specific issue. What has happened to you? Right now, we're facing issues with office lease with COVID-19 clauses. We never thought about it 12 months ago." So this is life is changing, and REIC can give you the tools to be able to address those changes on a professional basis. Just like Manjit, I don't sleep. I wake up at 5 in the morning. I go to bed at midnight. So my cell number is 416-278-9563. And these days it is the best number where to reach any of us. In so our cell numbers, I mean. And so please do get in touch with us. If you want to know anything at all about REIC, I will gladly field the call. And if you want to know anything at all about commercial real estate, I will gladly speak with you.
Thank you very much, Fabio. It's a great honor for both of you to join. I'm also a member of the board of Real Estate Institute of Canada Toronto chapter. Viewers, today you have heard from two industry leaders talk about real estate, their experience, knowledge, and how they can polish a new candidate coming into REIC seeking higher credentials and prepare them to go out and demonstrate the knowledge and skill set to help and deliver a value or a better service to their clientele. So Real Estate Institute of Canada, if you want to learn, you want to become an FRI, you can visit reic.ca. Or if you are a consumer, you want to hire to make sure someone pretending to be an FRI and make sure he's registered an FRI, you can also search the membership directory, reic.ca, to make sure that person is using FRI designation, is also registered with REIC and paying his dues. This is very, very important. You know, it's a significant fee we pay, and we want to make sure that you are dealing with a legitimate professional. So this is very important. Visit reic.ca and make sure that the person is a member. Viewers, cost of hiring a FRI is the same. If you hire a realtor is a trademark of Canadian Real Estate Association. We are all member of Canadian Real Estate Association, and we are also realtor. The most important thing I want to distinguish between organized real estate and Real Estate Institute of Canada is that Real Estate Institute of Canada is not a trade organization. It is an institute that provides education, knowledge, and experience. So you can achieve highest professional standard and you follow national standard. So it's not a trade organization. Whereas Canadian Real Estate Association is a trade organization. Ontario Real Estate Association is a trade organization. Toronto Regional Real Estate Board is Real Estate Association. Mississauga Real Estate Board is a trade organization. Real Estate Institute of Canada is education center, is a university of Real Estate Institute of Canada, produces leaders in real estate, and majority of the FRI and CLOs are the leader of our organized real estate in Canada and in Ontario. So thank you very much for watching. I take this opportunity to thank all our health workers, doctors, nurses, medical staff, paramedics, our armed forces and police who are helping fellow citizens in this COVID and lockdown environment in Ontario. May God bless you all. May God bless Canada. Thank you very much for watching. So we'll see you next Thursday. I have a very special program on real estate investment in foreign countries. It's a really good program. So watch on Thursday at 7 p.m. If you wish to advertise and get a special rate, please call 647-484-0018 and get a special discount for advertisement because of Realty Coffee Talk and Awaz Entertainment in Canada around the world. Thank you for watching. Good night. Bye for now.
Thank you. Good night. Bye-bye.